Hello everybody, they call me Muse and this is the first bits of Factory Town. This is a cute looking factory game and don't let that cuteness fool you, it's actually pretty serious under the hood. But we're just going to jump into level 1 of the campaign and have a quick peek around. Let's see. Lovely, it's going to load us into a fresh game. I've done this one before as you can tell. But look at it, doesn't it look nice? Isn't it a world away from the awful browns and horribleness of games like Factorio? We'll lose the tutorial though, and we'll just let the game go. So, gonna have to remember the controls because it's been a hot minute. Lovely. Right, so we've got houses. These allow us to accommodate people. You can select people, you can right click on them, and then you can right click on a destination, such as our town centre where we can store things. And these people will now pop over there, grab some wood, and bring it back to town. This guy will pop over here, grab some stone, bring it back to town. This person will grab some wheat from the farm there and take it to houses. And this person will do the same with some spuds. And what that does for us is it gives us coins, which we'll be able to use to purchase new things, and it also makes the people happy, which is something that makes people work faster. So let's have a look around the map, shall we? You can see there's all sorts of resources hanging around and about. It's all looking very gorgeous. It's one of those games where I worry less about the aesthetics. I worry more about the aesthetics, I should say, than the efficiency. In Factorio or something like that, the game just looks ugly, so the only way to make it look good is properly arrayed lines of stuff. One thing I will do though is move this house over here just to make our food deliveries a bit more efficient. They're delivering to all of these houses, you see. Oops. Where's the... There we go, let's rotate it as well. And let's rotate that one. Oops, wrong button again. There we go. So I've made it slightly better, but that's fine. Now we should probably think about building some new things. So our goal in this first tutorial bit is to produce 20 planks, get 6 happiness, well 8 happiness, we've got 6 already, and get to tech level 2 and population level 2. And the house has just leveled up, because it's received enough experience points for the food we've been delivering. What if we pop down another person over here and get them to start delivering apples? Apples. That'll get even more happiness into these houses for us. Now let's bring up the old quick access menu and see what buildings we can build. So we can't build most things at the moment in this first menu, but in this basic production menu we've got lumber mills. What if we put a lumber mill there? It's fairly close to our forest, you see. And we can tell it to make planks. So for every log it gets, 3 seconds will pass if it's got 1 worker in it, and then we'll get a plank. So you there. Please start delivering planks to the lumber mill, and we'll add another worker. Logs, I should say. And you can pick up planks and drop them off there. It's all very intuitive with the UI. It's improved a lot over time because it was in early access for a good couple of years, and Eric, the guy who makes it, he did a really good job of listening to everyone's feedback and improving things. Let's put a footpath down there as well, just so we can... How do we rotate the camera again? I forget. Ah, there we go. Yeah, if we put footpaths down, people will move faster, which is always nice. So we'll just use remove block layer. I just want to remove these platforms here because we don't need them for now. Verticality is important in these campaign maps though, because in sandbox you can just flatten the world if you like, but not so much in these sandbox modes, so you have to plan around things. But we've got our planks coming in now. We've reached population level 2 nearly. If we click on that, actually, we can upgrade to population level 2. And now we can put down more houses, we can get more workers. And so we can make everything run a bit smoother and a bit better, all told. Let's maybe pop down another worker here and also get them delivering lumber to the lumber mill. Logs to the lumber mill. The terminology. I am confused at times. Now, is there anything else exciting we can build now that we've grown in size a bit? Maybe not just yet. We might need to also complete... There we go. Now we can go up to tech level 2. And there we go. We've unlocked a whole bunch of new stuff now. So we've got food markets, schools, general stores, masonry, all of this good stuff. And now we've got new challenges to produce 10 wood wheels and 20 stone bricks. But the first thing we should probably do is build one of those food markets that we saw. You can see it's got a radius around it. If we were to place it here, say, then we could get each of these people to stop delivering directly to the houses one at a time, and instead they can deliver to the food market. Much more efficient. Now, we also had a stone working thing, didn't we? A stonemason. Oh, we need to research that though. So for that we're going to need a school. And we'll also need either another lumber mill, or we'll need to get that one on double duty, but we're going to build another one, and we're going to get it to make paper for us. And we'll pop it just here, I think, at the side of the river. And the fact that it's by the riverside means it'll automatically be supplied with water, which, as we can see here, is one of the ingredients for paper. So we shall place down another worker, and we'll say logs to that lumber mill, please. And then we'll place down another worker, and we'll say, well, we were going to say paper. Drop that if you can. Maybe I'll just delete you. Yep, we'll get another worker in a moment. Because now we're going to build a school, and we're going to deliver that paper to the school. Let's put it on that side. So, you take your paper, drop it off at the school, please. And now, the school is going to both increase the happiness of the houses and its radius, and it's also going to allow us to do some research. Right, so we've got our school down. You can see it's building up general research points, because you can deliver paper or you can deliver books later on, and they will build up research points. And then once we've got enough of both points and gold, yellow coins, we can buy some of these things. So we could buy grain processing now, which probably should. And there we go, we've got a food mill. So let's build one of those, because we've made it, why not? If we pop a food mill, say, here next to the market, and we tell it to make flour from wheat, then we can tell you to take your wheat to the food mill instead of to the market. We'll get someone else on the job as well, because it needs 3 wheat to make 1 flour. And then we'll get another person to take the flour to the market. And that's just a much more efficient way of using our wheat. Because if we look up here, grain will give us 1 coin, 1 experience, and 1 happiness. It takes 15 seconds to consume it. And it keeps them happy for 30 seconds. Flour, 4 yellow coins, 4 experience. So we're turning 3 wheat, which would be 3 happiness, and, well, 3 experience and 3 coins, into 4 instead. Much more efficient. And we'll put down some more footpath as well, just to help our guys out. Now, all of this work that we've been doing has made our people happy enough to expand our town centre as well, so we should probably do that. Upgrade is ready. How do we do that? Oh yes, we buy the upgrade at the bottom for 20 yellow coins. And that expands its radius slightly. And later on it will do other things as well. You can turn your place into a specialist. So you could have like a farming town centre, and then somewhere else on the map you could have an industrial town centre. It's all very fun. Now, shall we research something else? masonry, woodworking. We did need both, so let's go with masonry. Build ourselves a stonemason, and we can now build roads. Stonemason is already on our hotbar, so we could build it here and it will automatically add platforms underneath to make it fit. And now we'll tell our friend over there, the one with the red t-shirt, please take your stone to the stonemason, where it can be turned into stone brick. And we've reached our max capacity of 16 workers at the moment, so I couldn't build any more to assist that guy. So I guess we better build another house. As long as it's on a road, then it will be deemed to be connected to any food markets or shops or town centres in range. You can see this house looks a bit fancy now because it's level 3, whereas that one's pretty basic, but it should catch up pretty quickly. It's gaining happiness from, let's see, from the education, and it's gaining 3 happiness from food, which is the maximum that a house of this type can gain. This one over here, because it's already a level 3 house, it could gain extra happiness if we added another bit of food. But we can also add water to the houses to make them happier. Have we got fluid pipes yet? Or is that something we still need to work on? Pipes. Requires research of fluid pipes, so we can't do that just yet. But we could pop another worker down and tell them, can you please take water from the well to the houses? And just give them a smidgen of extra happiness, which will make everything else work a bit more efficiently. And now woodworking is also available, so we should probably buy some of that. Now we can build barns, workshops, chutes and wagons. Now chutes are something we'd like. This is the earliest form of sort of conveyor belt. Do we have to research them separately? We do, but it requires 20 red coins. How do we get red coins? Well, there you go, look, we can sell planks, stone bricks, wood wheels, all sorts, to houses or to any markets that we might have hanging around. Do we have access to another market? Yeah, we do, the general store. So we could put a general store here. It's within range of all the houses and stuff. Well, we can't afford it at the moment because we need 20 stone. So let's use some of our new people. You can carry on doing that, and you can just take stone back to the town centre. Town centre works as a general storage building for you early on. And now those 2 people got little bubbles above their head. I've never seen that before, but that tells us that this building is full. So we can either wait until this house gets a bit happier and get an extra worker when it levels up, or because we've got capacity we could just plop down another house. So now that will allow us to say, you take stone bricks and put them in the town centre please. It's all very chilled. There's no swarms of aliens coming to get us or anything like that. Now, what's going on with this place? It keeps filling up on paper because the log guy isn't being kept up with by the paper guy. That's fine though. We don't need infinite amounts of paper going in. Although we've just reached the point where we can now research civics, so let's do that. And that allows us to get extra houses, and it'll allow us to upgrade our town centre a bit more. Lovely. But now, when we research woodworking, we also got ourselves a workshop, so maybe we'll plot one of those down. Can't afford it yet, we need 40 stone for that. Stone is our bottleneck right now, it seems, so maybe we'll get another worker on the job. But now we should at least have enough to build the general store. Yes. So now this general store, as we've seen, we can put planks and stone bricks and whatnot in it, and this will be our source of red coins. Cotton and cloth can go in as well if we had any cotton hanging around. Do we have any cotton hanging around? We've got some over there, but that's a bit of a way away at the moment. We've got a bit there as well, but we're building up a nice supply of planks in the base. We've got 156 right now, so maybe we should just sell some planks to our houses. Pick up planks, drop off planks. Lovely. And you can see the red coins are now coming in as well as the yellow ones and the research points. Let's add a few more footpaths here just to keep our grain collectors working efficiently. Can always delete them later. There's no cost to really adding or deleting or moving things. You always get back the full resource costs, and you can just move things for free. So that's one thing I really like, because later on you do want to rearrange things and place things in different spots as you've got more efficient options available to you. But now it sounds like we've got some more research available. So chutes are available now. So we're definitely buying those, because yeah, these are our rudimentary conveyor belt type things to begin with. We can draw one down there, or at least we could if we hadn't drawn it too far. Let's draw one from there to there. And now let's tell our workers, you take your wood to the chute, and you take whatever wood you're taking to the chute, and let's see what happens. It rolls down. So chutes can only be used for some basic materials, but it will massively speed up the efficiency because the logs are going to be coming in thick and fast now. And we can do the same over here if Lunar Cat stops trying to clamber all over me whilst I'm doing this. So let's build a chute there, and you two, let's just grab you both if I can. Yeah, take grain, put it in chute. Lovely. So that's going to make that much more efficient, which means our flour will be coming in faster and it will keep our houses happy. And we've actually got enough happiness already to boost our population level again. Excellent. We could also do this with stone if we wished. So who's bringing in stone to the base? Is it just two people? Or is it... Yeah, you're bringing in stone to the base. Let's move you over there for a moment. And yeah, you as well, madam, you can come over here too. Because now we can look at some of the verticality that's available to us. So if we were to put a chute here, if we hold down shift, I think, then we can get it to automatically stay at this sort of level. Well, it's not shift, but if we page up maybe? Yeah. So let's page down again. Actually, I'll just do it manually because it's generally better. We'll put a wood pillar here, and then on top of that we'll put a wood arch. That makes it too high, which means that person underneath can still walk back and forth. And then we'll build a chute that goes across to there. Is it control that we hold? Yeah, if we hold control, it'll build it across for us at this height. But we also need to move you out of the way. Lovely. Now we'll tell you to put your stone there. We'll tell you to put your stone there. Everyone else will be able to walk underneath that because it's too high. And the stone can just roll on in. Much more efficient way of getting stone into the base. Lovely stuff. We'll also just put another wood pillar under the end there for aesthetics. So the next thing we'll need to do is build the workshop, because we still need those wood wheels, you see. So basic production, workshop. We'll plonk it here, and this is where you can make more advanced things such as cloth, or in our case wood wheels. And so how's that looking? That's full of planks, that's good. So in that case we'll just pop a worker here, and we could pick up the planks from the base and take them to the workshop, but we can take them straight from source and drop them to the workshop as well. Now you can see the workshop is using up planks faster than it's making them. You can, however, increase that by adding more workers down here in the bottom right. Because each worker will provide 1 unit of work per second, pretty much. Although thanks to happiness boost, it's providing 1.9 at the moment. Basically, if you've got 2 workers, then you'd be producing a plank normally, not every 3 seconds, but every 1.5 seconds. Much more efficient. But then the bottleneck just moves somewhere else, or the shortage moves somewhere else. And there we go, we've got a tech level up and we've got kitchens now. Now our next goal is just to get happiness up even further. So what's the kitchen going to do for us? Let's remove some of this fencing that we don't need. Just a little bit of it, because we can now build kitchens, I believe. Oh, we require research. Okay. So we've got basic logistics, and then tech level 3 we've got kitchens available to us. So we'll get basic logistics. Now we can make fluid pipes, which is very nice. So where's our water deliverer? That's you. You can be deleted for now. And if we go into our logistics menu, our pipes menu I should say, fluid pipes do require building though, don't they? Or do they require just research again? Yep, research again. Okay, you can make fluid pipes now. But they do have to be manufactured, I believe. Which we could do in our lumber mill. In either of our lumber mills, in fact. Let's add it to here, as well as paper. So now we're doing 2 recipes in the same, so the work is spread out amongst the 2, so it's not as efficient. But that's fine, because we don't need 7 million lumber mills, 7 million fluid pipes, we just need a handful. Let's have a look. Storage and utility. Let's build a crate here. If we put a bunch of fluid pipes in the crate, then we'll be able to just place them in the world. So take fluid pipes, drop them off in there. And then when that's full, that's fine. This will slow down our research for a bit because we're not making as much paper, but that's okay. And now we can go into the old fluid pipes menu. And if we go into the fluid pipe layer, which is... let's have a look. There we go. You can see that we've already got some fluid pipes on the go, it seems. I didn't realise we had some pre-placed on this map, but we do. But let's build pipes down there, and you can see water going into the houses. We'll delete some of these pipes going the wrong way that we don't need. And then that'll give us spare pipes that we can place around and about to water up the rest of our houses. And then we could even use a logistic block of a splitter to ensure that it gets spread out in different directions. Although to do that we would need to remove this fluid pipe connector. It automatically puts input and output points for you at various points. But we can also add or remove our own. So we could go to a fluid pipe connector there and pop one in there. And that is now set to just input or output, I believe. Yeah, access type in or out. We'll just change that to input. So we're getting more complex already. And then we'll pop a splitter there. And the well will send the water in various different directions. And all the houses will eventually get fully watered up, hopefully. Now we were going to build a kitchen, which we needed research for. Do we now have the research points for it? Let's have a quick check. It's very easy to get distracted in this game. We can build wood conveyor belts at this point. So we may as well buy the research for that, because that would come in handy. But then that would bring us to the next step, where we'd eventually build a kitchen. We'll send flour into the kitchen to make bread, and then send that into the food market, and then that would boost everyone's happiness up good and proper. But I think we've reached about the point where we'll probably end the episode because we're running short on time. Maybe if we pop down a couple of houses, that'll help boost the happiness levels a bit. Because, I mean, there's more people available now. We could even stretch out the road a bit more. Over that way, perhaps. Put some more houses down. And we can upgrade the town centre again as well. So it gets a bit bigger. And we've got room for more houses, more people, more happiness. You can already see the happiness is kicking in there. Maybe we'll now build some more fluid pipes. Connect up these new houses that we've got. And we're practically already there actually at the next level. These houses are popping off now, getting up to level 2 each. So they're probably not even going to need the water for us to get to the 60 mark. And maybe that's the final challenge for this first campaign level, so we might actually get it done after all. Even without the kitchen. But it could of course be done much more efficiently. Experienced factory builders are probably looking at this and thinking, no, you're doing it all wrong. It's like, yeah, I probably am, aren't I? But it's fine. If I'm doing it all wrong, tell you what, buy the game, do it yourself. It's amazing, it's great fun. There we go, let's get some more water on the go. I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't build more wells as well. So we could pop a well, say, there, although we can't afford it, we need 10 more planks. And we're running short on planks. We're using up planks too fast in the workshop, so perhaps if we put another worker down to deliver more planks from the lumber mill to the town centre, that'll build up our plank levels again, because we'll have 2 people bringing planks in, but only 1 taking them out. Although, have we done the research required for wagons? We have. So if we move some of our wooden wheels out of the thing into a storage place that we could then use, then we could build wagons that would allow us to carry 4 things at once. And then you 2 can be deleted, and EWW, I remember that one, is wagons, and you can pick up planks and drop them off, and you'll get up to 4 at a time. I mean, yeah, at the moment we're running kind of short because we're not producing them fast enough, but once that's full, then the bottlenecks will sort themselves out and we'll get plenty of planks in the base. Could even put in a 3rd well now. And that one can also connect to everything else. Although, no, I remember now. I remember what we're supposed to do. Let's move that well that we've just put in. Oops. Let's put it next to the water, shall we? Wells next to water, if you can believe this, are more efficient. Look at that. Look at all that water coming in there. Lovely. Also, these 2 houses aren't even getting any water. What's that all about? I forgot about them. That would have just made things so much easier. And then we'll put an input there as well. And we'll put a splitter on it just because we can. We don't need a splitter there though because of the way that the direction of flow is telling it to go that way. But a house just reached level 3. Lovely. So we're gradually rising up. That one's fairly close now. 90 experience points. That house is maxed out, that's fine. I suppose we could just place another house down, couldn't we? Boop. And there we go. Population level 4. And that, I believe, is the goal for Campaign 1. May as well buy the research. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Campaign 1 completed. It might not be giving us a big fancy "you've won" just because I've done it before. But yeah, look at it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Let's pop back to the main menu. And let's see if I've got any games saved here. What's going on with this one? Oh! Yeah, this is the sort of thing you can get going later on. So this was, what, some big island map. We've got, oh jeez, yeah, there's a lot going on. We've got a big industrial town over there, it seems. We've got some sort of magical stuff going on there. We've got big old things going on down here. Another town over here somewhere where they're building what looks like herbs and stuff, and they're making medicine. And there's a train that's coming through and it's loading up, and then it's taking goods all the way down here and down into what's the main town by the look of it. And then there's a bit over there that's doing something weird. Yeah, it gets more complex as you can clearly see. And, well, I've got no idea what's going on here. I need to get back into this game and start playing it again now that it's left early access. And yeah, you guys should too. If you have played it before, leave me some comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me how awful and inefficient my factories are. And if you haven't, get on it. Play it. It's great. Thanks for watching, friends. I'll see you soon.